It's time for our favorite show.
You got a hit show?
How come you're so good?
Well, I'm something of a famous radio personality.
Don't go all diva on me.
I guess I'm just a people person.
The thing is, you just talk way too much. You're super clingy and you come on way too strong.
Well, suppose everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Opinions are like
handkerchiefs. Everybody's got one.
That's not even how the saying goes.
But you get the point.
Come on, it's showtime.
Hey, this is Beat Up, and welcome to a new episode of Clearing Out My Head. In this episode, I will share something very personal that came to light this past week. But this story actually started a few years back. For most of my life, I have been a pretty healthy person, barely ever getting sick, having a headache, or spending any time in the hospital. Which brings me to about 5 or 6 years ago. I started getting these headaches. Sometimes they weren't bad, but other times they were awful. They were the type that would start in the back of your head and work their way up to the front of your head and sit there throbbing like crazy until you just wanted to scream in pain. I would get those pretty frequently. When I saw my doctor, she prescribed both a headache preventive medicine and a migraine reliever to take when I would get a headache. Both of those have helped control my headaches, but not eliminate them. I still get them every now and then. Now, that brings me to my next item to discuss. So, for probably about 6 or 8 months, I have had some stomach troubles. Now, it wasn't an everyday thing. Seemed to be happening now and then at first, but the last couple months it seemed to have increased where I didn't know what was going on or what it could be from. I wasn't eating anything out of the ordinary. I had been eating the same food that I had always been eating. My daily routine would consist of a Greek yogurt for breakfast, a veggie stack with ranch dip for a morning snack. Lunch could be whatever we had for dinner the day before. I would have an apple for an afternoon snack. Dinner could be whatever I felt like making for that evening. It could be any chicken or beef dish, pizza, pasta, or tacos. Like I said, whatever we had on the menu to make. So I didn't understand what could be bothering my stomach so much. So I had a doctor's appointment last week and talked with my doctor about my situation. She asked me how often it was happening and if I could remember anything I had eaten prior. I told her it would fluctuate. One day I could have a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch and be fine. And a couple days later I could have another grilled cheese sandwich for lunch and have an issue. Now, granted, I was using grilled cheese sandwich as an example, not thinking about what she was about to tell me next. She told me, why don't you cut dairy out of your diet for the next 5 days? My mouth just fell to the floor when I heard her say this, because I knew if this was why I was having issues with my stomach, I knew what the problem was. I was becoming lactose intolerant. I thought this couldn't be right. I have always been able to digest dairy with no problem. I love dairy. Shredded cheese on my salad and tacos. I love pizza, cheeseburgers, yogurt, and milk with my cookies. What the hell is going on? Why is it suddenly I can't digest dairy when I've been able to do it all my life? I was thinking about all of this, and I hadn't even left the doctor's office yet. You know, the funny thing is, before I went to the doctor that very day, I had gone to the grocery store and bought the Greek yogurt that I love that I had for breakfast every morning. Well, I guess my 8-year-old daughter will have to eat it since I can't now. So after my doctor's visit, I started to do some research about lactose intolerance because I wanted to learn what I could eat and what I couldn't. Now, my wife is lactose intolerant and has been for a very long time, but she knows what her body can take and what it can't. This is all new to me. So, as I was researching, I found out that lactose intolerant doesn't just stop at dairy. I didn't even realize that different types of food had lactose in them. For example, instant potato mixes, bread, tortillas, crackers, baked goods, breakfast cereals, processed meats like hot dogs, bacon, sausage, and cold cuts. Cold cuts! Salad dressings, and flavored potato chips. That got me thinking about what I eat during the day, and of course I've shared some of that earlier. Now, since I work from 4 a.m. to noon Monday through Friday, I pack my breakfast and a morning snack for work. So I would have a Greek strawberry yogurt and a blueberry muffin for breakfast at work. Okay, stop right there. I already know that yogurt has lactose in it, but get this, so does the blueberry muffin. There goes my breakfast. Okay, moving on to my morning snack, carrots and celery with ranch dip. Now, you know that ranch dip has lactose, so no more ranch dip for me. Here's also a kicker. I used to have a Starbucks mocha double shot energy in the morning to, wake me up. Nope, not anymore. I guess I'll be falling asleep at work. Anyway, that's just 2 meals. So here's what I did after researching different dairy-free product brands for foods that I eat regularly. When I went to the grocery store this past week, I spent some time looking at the ingredients on different products. The cool thing was I could find various dairy-free yogurt and dairy-free ranch dressing brands. I bought them along with some coconut milk to try it. Since we already had almond and oat milk at home, I wanted to see which ones I liked the best moving forward. But I also found some lactose-free milk as well if I wanted to go that route if I didn't like any of the others. I even found some dairy-free fruit and nut bars because I can't eat my breakfast or granola bars anymore because, of course, they have lactose as well. After 48 years of enjoying something so naturally and then stopping just like that, it's still crazy to me. Like with my headaches. I barely ever suffered a headache for most of my life, and then bam, there they were. You never know what your body is going to do sometimes, and that's why you have to take care of it the best way you can. So that's the story of something personal that happened to me recently. Thank you for letting me share it with you, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Clearing Out My Head. Don't forget you can listen to Clearing Out My Head on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. You can check out my podcast page on Anchor at Clearing Out My Head, where you can listen to past episodes, check out my social media links, and leave me a message or answer the weekly poll question. But until next time, this is B-Dub. Thanks for listening, and I hope you will join me next time as I continue with Clearing Out My Head.
Looks like it's that time again.
Can't help but think, where did the time go?
So much fun.
So little time.
We'll be back soon, I promise.
Goodbye.